Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your June 2021 mini cross reading. This is a general reading, and the messages will not resonate with everyone. That does require a personal reading. We are 2 days into Mercury direct. He is direct in his ruling, one of his ruling signs of Gemini. But tomorrow we're going to have a new moon solar eclipse, and Mercury will be conjunct that at 0 degrees. So that's spot on. So I think it's going to be some type of information, news, messages coming in, maybe even some kind of information downloads for us if we've been pondering things. So we shall see. I did some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph, and I had a card come out. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around. The Radiant White deck, clarification with Levita Sibila, and then you get to wrap it up with the Golden Nostradamus card, okay? So let me go ahead and turn the camera around, and I'm going to have to stop pretty soon. I'm doing some rearranging in my office. That damn suitcase is still in here. Yes, it is. I keep forgetting to take it out. So the card that came out is the reverse 8 of Swords. So I'm going to put it there. As you guys know, reversals, I can't read reversals, but that's how it came out. So I'm going to have to take a look at that. They just don't read for me. What is the foundation of the reading? The Page of Cups. Well, there's our message and our news right there. There it is. The near or distant past. Wow. The 9 of Cups. Wow. Okay. What is the unknown factor coming in? The 6 of Wands. Okay. And then what is the near or distant future? It is the Lover's card. Well. And that's a Mercury card. So I have 2 cups, a wand, a sword, and then the Lovers. What is over the whole reading? Well, for some of you, you have heard from someone from your past. This person has. And remember, I was warning you guys back last month. I think it was. Might have been in the open. I don't even know. When I was telling you that when Mercury goes retrograde, you tend to hear from old lovers coming back. Here we are. Ex-partners, ex-lovers, old friends coming back around. But I have also cautioned you that typically once Mercury goes direct, that those people they disappear. So when they enter into for that, I don't know, 3-week, 6-week phase, they're there, and then all of a sudden communication just stops, or they disappear. They kind of fall off the grid all over again. So let me take a look to see what additional messages I can get. It is this 8 of Swords reversed that stands out to me. This is not only a message or the return of someone, it is an event. And so I would say that their return would be an event. Let me look at this reverse 8 of Swords. You know, I for long as I've been reading, I've tried reading reversals, and the cards just do not speak to me that way. Disquiet, difficulty, opposition, treachery, and hopelessness. It tells that you may be feeling weighed down by the confines of your situation, and you are unable to see any reason to be hopeful. You are encouraged to stay strong and attempt to fight for your liberty. It warns of mishaps and accidents both in and around the home as well as on the roads. It may be indicating that a new beginning or a new start can be made at this time. The timing is most conducive to taking leaps and bounds in the right direction. It may be indicating that pressure has been released and you are now ready to move forward. In quick time, you will be able to get on with more positive actions, as there will be more freedom of thought and activity. It implies that one is being restrained or held back in certain areas of their life, and it can suggest that an uncomfortable or unsavory situation is caused by familiarity. That night. It indicates someone who is confused, disillusioned, or emotionally hurt. Stress, worry, and tension are also indicated which does not allow for clear thinking or a positive attitude. It may be indicating, it tells of a struggle due to obstacles, restrictions, and hindrances, long-term loneliness. It tells of pressures being released and a turning around of a situation. More freedom of thought and activity is available as there is a relaxation of all fears and tensions. But it also tells of strong feelings of being cornered or fenced into a situation or being held back from your path. And the situation will hold you at a standstill for a short time. Things will not get any worse if some small but pertinent changes are initiated now to ensure positive developments in the near future. Because there's a choice that you're going to have to make here. Okay? And I'm not quite exactly sure what this Six of Wands is telling me, because the Six of Wands is a card of victory, and it speaks to accolades, recognition, rewards, promotions, having overcome a challenge. But here we have this Lovers card. So there's no meaning of this Eight of Swords next to the Lovers. The Nine of Cups only tells me it's the wish card, that you get what you wish for. And that too can be a warning. You know, maybe you want this person to come back. You heard from them. Everything was great. You know, yay. You know, there's a victory felt there. But there's some kind of choice, because now you're kind of stuck in the middle. And you're not exactly sure what you're doing, or maybe it doesn't feel the same as it did before. One of those things. So let me see if I can come up with any information about this Six of Wands. Indeed, being next to the Lovers card, if anything. No, it does not. Nothing there. And nor is this Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, just like I said, is the card of contentment, fulfillment, that your worries will disappear and new plans will materialize. There's also possibility for financial and material gains. It speaks of a time when your actions will revolve around emotions and suggest a time of pleasure and satisfaction. But it also suggests that success depends upon your motivation and enthusiasm. You are asked to allow old conditions and outmoded ideas to transform into new ones. But there's a choice here that you're going to have to make. And so let me give you the meaning of the Lovers card. Let me read to you a couple of lines from the Lovers. It is a 6, and I do have 2 6s. 2 6s can tell of justifiable faith and trust in your partner. But 2 6s can also indicate that there is issues surrounding equality affecting the relationship. And maybe that's what that is. You know, maybe you met somebody and the person is everything you've ever wanted and the relationship is going good, but for some reason you're not feeling it. There's some trepidation here. So that's why I say this card can sometimes be a warning about be careful what you wish for. It's hard for you to see it. Can you see it? There. You know, it could be a warning of be careful what you wish for. So, the card can mean romantic unions, about the soulmate relationships we encounter during our lives, or romantic unions we have. But it can also indicate a marriage of convenience or a mismatch of energies. Okay? It can indicate that a new relationship will be successful and of deeper significance than previously experienced. If already involved in a relationship, this card shows that any problems will be overcome and that old bonds are still strong. But it is also an indication of a choice of 2 pathways or choices, and the need to look carefully at one's choice, as each choice leads to a different future events and or consequences. The Lovers ask that you select your path with care, as the outcome is very important, so be sure it is the one you truly wish to undertake. It implies that you have an important choice or choices to make, and implies that with careful consideration, any major decision should turn out positively. Consider everything carefully as the outcome will be vitally important. You are asked to make firm decisions and then follow through with them. It also says that, this is the most opportune time to alter areas or aspects of your life that you are not completely satisfied with. It indicates problems solved and new projects embraced. And that's it. That's the meaning of the card. So, if I had to pick one card out of this bunch to look at, it's going to be this reverse 8 of Swords. So I don't know if this is about you being in some type of relationship. So this could also be a business partnership. And the cups would represent this idea of the emotional quotient behind that. And you're not feeling it. There's something about it that you are either uncertain of or you feel restricted by. And so you have a choice coming up that you're going to have to make this month. Do I continue? Or do I free myself, like the card says? So let's see, because it's right in the center where we are now. The Suspiety card. The Dinari card. And the Speranza card. So I have Suspiety and Speranza with this Dinari card. Now, the Dinari card does not show up in the suit of coins that we would assume. It is the suit of cups, because we know that most issues in relationships, even if it's a business relationship, can be about money. And so this represents all of those things that are of value to you, right? Not just your physical possessions and the money that you own or the stocks that you own, but it could be about your heart. It could be about your mind. These are the things that you cherish, or you should cherish, and you should respect, and should give it the due weight and consideration that it deserves. The Suspiety, however, is saying that you feel as though you've missed an opportunity. The Suspiety is the 6, so now there's 3 6s here. The 6 of Swords, or Spades. And the Suspiety says, it is known as the card of sighs. Great anxiety and preoccupation. It is a card of anxiety and tears. This is apparently caused by circumstances that you are aware of, but the problem lies elsewhere. See the arrow above her head, how it's pointing back towards this safe and the Speranza. It is a card of desperate desires and of unrequited love and of troubled relationships caused by people who do not know how to love unselfishly. It represents waiting and delays that are, it is the card that represents waiting and long delays that are the cause of extreme inner tension. There is uncertainty around the fate, or it may be the fate of a person or situation dear to your heart. That's what I was talking about here. The uncertainty, however, is not caused by a past event, but due to something being projected into the future. It describes, in essence, fear of the future due to precarious present conditions. The card does not preclude success, but it indicates the need for hard work to make it happen. It does indicate a missed opportunity, or one perceived as such. In love, it indicates unrequited love, an unrealistic attachment to an ideal of how things should be or have been, a turbulent relationship, or a long-distance relationship. It points to feelings of inner turmoil caused by confusion and the inability to hear the inner guidance of the soul. Now here with the Speranza, the Hope card. I probably should have answered that call, but I'm kind of busy. The card depicts situations that are evolving. It says that a prayer will be answered and all hopes will be fulfilled, notwithstanding the apparent chaos and desperation and turmoil of the present situation. Now, the card is connected to the word trip, excursion, frequent travels, or journeys for pleasure. So it is connected with water and also predicts a trip by the sea or holiday. It absolutely has nothing to do with, there's no association with this card in terms of relationships. Okay? So basically, the meaning of this card is hope is the last to die. That is what is hope and faith are connected to this card. But that doesn't, like I say, it doesn't necessarily, having hope and faith is great, but there also comes a point in time when you have to be realistic about the situation. So there's definitely something quite, I think, troubling for you and a difficult decision. Okay? So I want you to formulate a question for the Nostradamus card. It's just an odd thing. I just get the sense that this is somebody coming back into your life, but you're not, for whatever reason, you're not feeling it anymore. And maybe it's what you wanted, and now that the person has come back, you realize, you know, this really isn't what I want to be doing at this moment, and that's okay. It's okay to change your mind. The key is to be honest about it and weigh the options very carefully. Be careful about the options or the pathway that you choose, because once you choose one pathway or make one choice, it's going to close the door on the other one. Right? So this is something major for you. I do feel so. So number 28, the birds. And it says, the damage a man has endured is actually something that brings value. You may experience a setback or suffer some damage. But if you are intelligent and wise enough, you will learn an important lesson and change misfortune into good luck. I don't know. That's what I have for you, Aquarius, for June 2021. I hope those messages helped. And until next time, be well, stay safe, and namaste.